Hello, my name is Hunter Stevens. I'm a sustainability major for ASU. My track focus is society and sustainability. Over the course of the summer term, I've had the pleasure of participating in an internship with the organization Cooperation to Further Biodiversity Objectives. This was a project actually initiated by the School of the School of Sustainability. Um, there we go. So the purpose of this internship was the creation of a database that collects data on conservation organizations across the country. And the purpose of gathering this data on all of these organizations is to potentially discover areas of overlap and to draw connections between these organizations that can lead to improved collaborative efforts, which has been shown to have great benefits to the conservation of, say, like biodiversity on the landscape. So as far as my responsibilities go for this position, my main responsibilities were to gather data on a specific subset of the database. At the beginning of the internship, each intern was given the opportunity to choose an area of the country that they want to focus on. My choice was the state of Texas, and they had previously not had anyone work on the state of Texas, so it was wide open for me. They opened the Texas subset of the database completely to me, and it was a total of about 590 organizations. They did inform me that that was quite a bit, and I would most likely not have enough time to finish all of those over the internship, but I was just instructed to complete as many as I could. So in completing what I could of this subset, I gained a lot of experience with navigating organization websites and locating relevant information that was reliable from the proper sources. I gained a lot of information, or a lot of experience in keeping track of data and inputting it correctly into a database, which gave me a lot of practice with Excel functions and things like that. I gained a lot of experience in managing data files within the proper locations. With our internship, we had a group of students that all shared the same Dropbox, and we all had to make sure that our personal files on the Dropbox were up to date and updated with the proper information. They were public, so any of our fellow interns or our supervisors could see them at any time. For our internship, we established a weekly meeting time. Tuesday evenings, we all set aside an hour and a half to meet with each other to discuss any concerns we may have, any questions that we may have about our research, any issues that we've stumbled across in our subset, and any suggestions, any research that we've found that other interns might find relevant. And by research, I mean that in addition to gathering data on our specific subsets, each intern also was instructed to create an end product for this internship that is relevant to the goal of the internship itself. It doesn't necessarily have to reference the database, but it does have to be under essentially under the umbrella of increasing biodiversity on the landscape and doing that through improvement of collaboration within the industry. So through this research, I was able to gain a lot of experience with academic literature review and verifying positions, also policy review. And so my specific end product actually evolved over the course of the internship. Initially, what I wanted to do was a study on the southern border of the United States. I wanted to look into how organizations that own parcels of land on the southern border how they could potentially collaborate on the proper management of the land for the preservation of valuable wildlife migration corridors. And I wanted to explore the effect of collaboration between organizations versus a lack thereof, and what kind of effect that had on biodiversity in a national border type of area. That evolved for me to a desire to create an interactive map, which after discussion with one of my supervisors, she advised against that because of the time constraints with this being a short internship. She felt that I wouldn't have enough time to create an interactive map that I would be proud of, that I would be able to feel confident that I completed, that I did it right. So I took her advice. Instead, I landed on writing a proposal between two organizations in the state of Texas on the collaborative creation of the same type of interactive map that I was going to try to create myself. And this actually was a lot more beneficial because I was able to explore the avenues that an organization might have to take in order to create this type of product, but I didn't have to put in the extensive amount of time that it would take to actually create this product, because unfortunately I don't have that much time in this internship position. So in the actual creation of this product, I decided to write the proposal between the Nature Conservancy and the Texas Land Trust Council. And the proposal was to create like I said, this interactive map layer, which would show real estate sales and availabilities combined with conservation value of specific parcels of land. To do this, there would have to be a contractual agreement with services like multiple listing services, or MLSs. Typically, these are restricted to realtors only. You have to have a realtor's license in order to gain access to an MLS in your area, or the area that realtor happens to be working. But there are exceptions. You can enter into contractual agreements with MLSs, and they will give you access to their listing services, which will opens the door to a huge amount of information on what land is available, where it's at, what type of land it is. As you can see down here by this Texas Land Trust Council map, there are a lot of different ecoregions within the state of Texas, so you're able to kind of determine the conservation value of a specific piece of land. And it's sort of interesting with the state of Texas being 95% private land. This type of product would prove very useful for conservation organizations that are interested in acquiring land for the purposes of conservation, because it would give them quicker access to land once it enters the market. And purchasing land in collaboration with another agency would minimize the financial impact on specific agencies, which would make it more feasible for the purchase of the land quickly and efficiently. And lastly, don't know what happened there, but we're still recording. So lastly, I just wanted to thank my supervisors, Ms. Crowitz and Ms. Iacona. They were very supportive for all the interns. They were very honest with us. They helped us make up our minds on things. They helped us with questions that we had on, like, the research. They actually helped us find sources that were relevant. And I really had a pleasure participating in this internship. And thank you for watching.